But from what I understand and what I know, I'm getting the best out of it that I can.
Okay. Okay. I thought maybe there was something on our end.
I don't believe so. I think it's that the camera, it's not a high-end camera, right? I mean, it's a little Panasonic. So it is what it is, unfortunately. Until I'm rich and famous, I work with the equipment I got.
I know the feeling. All right, well, let's get on to
I don't believe so. No, I think it's the equipment I'm working with, I'm afraid.
all right. Because it was, don't get me wrong, it was absolutely great. But every once in a while, you know those cartoons.
Yeah. I get you.
Thank you.
Thank you. 1 2, check 1 2, check 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 check. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Well, morning for a few more minutes anyway. My name is Michael Petter. This is Pictou Sports, and today we have for you Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League and New Brunswick PEI Major Midget Hockey League, an interleague matchup between the week's Major Midgets and the Northern Moose out of Bathurst, New Brunswick. The Contendo Northern Moose on a road trip here to Nova Scotia this weekend. They started that road trip down in Cole Harbour yesterday, a game won by the Wolfpack, and so now the Moose will be looking to bounce back from that loss yesterday. 5-2 was the scoreline, if memory serves. Just pulling that back up here for a second. And just give me a second. I find it here. It was 8-3 actually was the scoreline, a little bit more one-sided than I originally thought. The Cole Harbour Wolfpack defeating the Contendo Northern Moose 8-3 yesterday, and so the Moose coming off of that loss looking to split their weekend. They are 1-2 so far in interleague play. Overall on their season in the New Brunswick PEI Major Midget Hockey League, they have a record of 8 wins, 6 losses, and 1 overtime loss for 17 points in 15 games. Puts them in 3rd place in the New Brunswick PEI Major Midget League. That is a 6-team league, 4 teams in New Brunswick, 2 teams from Prince Edward Island. The Moose sits 2nd among the New Brunswick teams, behind Moncton and Kensington, Prince Edward Island. For the week's Major Midgets, they come off of a huge emotional victory yesterday, 3-2 in overtime over the team that arguably is one of the best teams, some people say is the best team in Atlantic Canada, the Moncton Rally Motors Nissan Flyers. The Flyers led 2-0 about 12 minutes into the first period. The Weeks then shut the door the rest of the way, climbed their way back, and earned the victory in overtime. For the Weeks, this is 2 consecutive games that they have won in overtime without ever leading in regulation. They did the same thing in Cole Harbour back on Wednesday night. But maybe more importantly for the Weeks right now, that puts them with 6 wins in their last 7 games. They went 6-2 through the month of November, losing just on November 2nd to the Halifax McDonald's and on November 24th to the Halifax McDonald's. Other than that, they did not lose in league play through the month of November. What will December hold? Well, December holds a little less busyness for the team, as it does for every team, as it does every year, as the league takes a bit of a break for the Christmas season, although for the Weeks, because they lost a few game dates due to some ice issues and whatnot earlier this season, they're going to have to make up some of those games, so they will be a little bit busier here in the coming days. The Weeks will be playing a pair of home games against South Shore next weekend. The Saturday game will be at the Rath Eastland Community Center, so we will not be able to broadcast that game for you. The Sunday game will be here at the Wellness Center, and we will have that game as part of our regular coverage. Then the following weekend, they don't play Saturday. Sunday, they head up to Membertou to take on Sydney. Then the following weekend, the 21st and 22nd, they will be hosting Valley Saturday night. We'll have that game. Then they'll be in Halifax on Sunday. Then you've got Christmas, and after Christmas, the 27th, 28th, and 29th, the Weeks are actually playing 3 games in 3 nights up in Port Hood on Friday, and then a pair of home games against Sydney and Steel Subaru on the following 2 days. So it actually ends up being quite a busy month of December. 8 games on the schedule for the Weeks Major Midgets. Just like November, 8 games on the schedule there. With the win last night, the Weeks move into a tie for 4th with Steel Subaru. However, they hold 2 games in hand. They hold a game in hand on South Shore. They hold 3 games in hand on Halifax. They hold 5 games in hand on Cole Harbour. And when you put all those games in hand into the equation, the Weeks could be sitting as high as 2nd place once they catch up all those games that are owed to them in that sense. And so every 2 points incredibly valuable as the Weeks move forward here. For the Moose, obviously, they sit in 3rd place right now. The way the playoff formula sets up in the New Brunswick PEI League, each province splits up into its own playoff format. So Kensington and Charlottetown will play each other in the playoffs as they do every year. For the Moose, right now they sit in 2nd, which means they would have home ice advantage in the first round against the Fredericton Caps. But the Moose are only 1 point ahead of the Caps. They do hold 2 games in hand on Fredericton, and therefore they need to take advantage of those games in hand, including trying to get a victory here today against the Weeks. I should point out before we get too far into the broadcast, my regular camera person is not available for today's game, so I will be working the camera as well as doing the play-by-play. And anybody who's a regular viewer of Pictou Sports knows that when I'm doing the camera, it is not nearly as good as when I have my cameraman working with me. So you've been warned, the camera work may not be as solid today as it usually is. Want to say a big hello to Liz A and Wild Willie, both putting in their comments here in the early goings. And don't forget, that applies to everybody. You can make this an interactive broadcast by sharing your thoughts, letting us know where you're watching from. I know Willie watching from Moncton. Liz, wherever you're joining us from, thanks for being here. And I want to say a special hello to everybody watching here. And just another thank you to all of you who do tune in and week out for these games. If I didn't have you guys watching, I wouldn't have this job. So I really do appreciate having you along for the ride. For the Moose, this is my first time seeing them this season. Looking forward to seeing them, and there's one player in particular that is going to have to be kept a close eye on. Olivier Nadeau wears number 20 for the Contendo Northern Moose. So far this season, he's played 23 games with the Shawinigan Cataracts, as well as playing with the Northern Moose. He also was part of the World Hockey Challenge, or the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge. He was with Team Canada Red for that event. So he will be certainly one of the players to watch in that Moose lineup. The Moose in their road black jerseys with the silver and black trim, a la the Los Angeles Kings. They will be defending the net off to our left for the first and third periods. Weeks in their home whites with the red and black trim, and as has become custom here in the Pictou County Wellness Center, you get the opening video here. My apologies again for the camera work. And I gotta give a big shout out to whoever it was who put this video together. I believe it might have been, and if I'm giving undue credit to the wrong person, I apologize, but I believe it might have been Chris Morton of Nova Sports Sounds. And if so, Chris, this was an amazing video that you put together for the week's Major Midgets, this intro video. I absolutely love it. Devin Marr coming out of his out of the seat of his stall there. I think that's could be my favorite part of that whole video. Although every player has their own unique take on things, which I think is a really cool addition to this Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League experience for these guys. As we get ready for the week's Major Midgets and the Contendo Northern Moose here this afternoon. For the Moose, it's going to be Samuel Landry getting the start in goal, his second consecutive game, as he started the game yesterday against Cole Harbour. Comes in with a record of 2-2-1, a save percentage of .867, and a goals against average of .403. At the other end of the ice for the Weeks, it's going to be Marcus Pettipaw getting the start after Oliver Arnfast played yesterday. Pettipaw comes in with a record of 4-5, a .388 goals against average, and a save percentage just a little bit below the 900 mark, .886, a very good save percentage for Marcus Pettipaw. And we'll run you through the remainder of the starters after O Canada, which will be coming up in just a moment. We're still awaiting the officials coming out on the ice, so we'll give you the starters for the Weeks now, as we can see their numbers. Hunter will start on the back end, along with McGilvery, and the forward line of Landon Sim in between Blake Contuck and Ryan Green. For the Moose, I see that Casey will be one of the starts. That's Gavin Casey. And trying to catch the numbers of the rest of the players. They don't have numbers on their sleeves, so it's a little more difficult to see who is who. I believe Fontaine is, I thought I saw 4 there, which would be Jonathan Fontaine who gets the start. Casey doing a little bit of skating around there. Here, we'll get the camera set back to where it should be. There we are. Now we've got some officials to work with. Actually, it was Schofield 14, not Fontaine 4. So Schofield, Casey, Gaudette, Duguay, or David rather.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the
and just one more starter for the Moose that I can't quite see yet.
And your home team, your Weeks.
As Billy is doing the pregame introductions, and we'll send things downstairs to Billy.
Please rise and remove your hats for the singing of O Canada, being sung today by Olivia Lightman.
right, so now all that's left to do is get the nets set up and get the puck dropped, and we'll be ready to roll here at the Pictou County Wellness Center. Tremblay, the fifth of those starters. Tremblay and Gaudette, Casey, David, and Schofield for the Moose. Again, for the Weeks, it's Hunter and McGilvery on the back end. Sim with Green and Contact up front. Like I say, this is my first time seeing this Moose team, so I'm still figuring out who plays what positions and whatnot. So it appears Casey's a forward, Schofield a forward, and it looks like David might be the third forward there. So Gaudette and Tremblay will be the defensive pairing as the nets are set up. The teams are lined up, Casey and Sim, and we are underway. Sim wins it to McGilvery, and McGilvery immediately dumps it down into the northern Moose end. Comes all the way around to the line at the far side. Hunter dumps it into the near side corner. Schofield will be the first one to pick up, plays it out to center. McGilvery backs up with it, ends up losing it to Casey. Casey tries to get it through to David. Following up on the play there, Gaudette, but he couldn't get a shot away either. Now Gaudette will get the puck, send it back down low. Hunter gets body position on Casey and is able to come out with the puck. Sorry about that. I forgot that I was doing camera. Now it's dumped back in. McGilvery picks up the puck. He plays it ahead. Blake Contact there, gets knocked off the puck. Now it's down into the corner. Hunter takes a bump there from Parent. Puck comes loose to McGilvery. McGilvery works it ahead for Landon Sim. Here comes Sim down into the Moose zone, but he ends up losing control of the puck as it crosses the blue line, and so that'll be an offside against the Weeks. 57 seconds gone in the opening frame. Both teams get fresher legs out there. Putnam wins that draw. Back to Martin, near side Harrison. Harrison will dump it in. Back to get it there will be Mainville. Mainville works it up the wall to Duguay, and now it's played out to center. Picking up in neutral ice was Harrison, backing up into his own zone, now ahead for Putnam. Parent will play it back in across the line. Martin going to pick it up at the far wall, Duguay there to meet him right away, and now it's played out to center and dumped right back in again by Mainville. Back behind the net with it now is Harrison. Harrison working his way up the ice. Harrison dumps it in just around Joseph. Coming out of the net to play it there is Landry. And now up the far side, puck comes to Khatib. Khatib plays it across the ice. Joseph picks up, but he can't get it cleanly. Now Augustine went to make a pass. That gets deflected away, and Gaudette has to go back and pick up in his own zone. Ahead for Khatib. Khatib couldn't go anywhere with it. Now it gets to the Weeks blue line. Greater X plays it across to the near side, and Schmidt plays it as far as the Moose blue line, where it was sent back up the other way. Now here's Curry. He can't go anywhere with it as the neutral zone is all clogged up. Avery backing it up to Schmidt. Braden Schmidt looking for choices, now gives to Greater X. Greater X plays it ahead, and McLaughlin will pick up. Here comes McLaughlin trying to center it. Couldn't get it in for Curry, and Gaudette was there to help break that up. Now Fontaine goes back, picks up, or Augustine, excuse me, goes back and picks up behind his own net. Augustine plays it ahead, out to center. Puck gets a little bit too far from his man, and so Martin able to turn it back up, or Hunter, excuse me, able to turn it back up the other way. It was then dumped in. Hunter leaves it for McGilvery. McGilvery works around Neto, gets the play ahead, but Contact ends up getting tangled up with the linesman, and that allows Mainville to get onto that puck just ahead of Blake Contact. Puck dumped out and down the ice. While behind the play, you've got Canning and Mainville having words. Now Putnam will get it just inside his own blue line, plays it across to the near side for Hunter. Hunter, long lead pass for Canning. Canning centers it for, that was McKinnon, but McKinnon couldn't quite get on it. And so it comes up the other way. Here's Casey with it now. Casey fans on his shot attempt. Following up with Schofield. Puck cleared to the line by Canning, but not out as it was held in. Now down below the goal line. Trying to get the pass back to Gaudette. Schofield instead plays it across to the far side. Chamberlain, his shot gets steered aside. In the corner, Greatorex sets it up for Lucas Canning. Here comes Canning. He had the overtime winner yesterday in that dramatic thriller against Moncton. Canning ends up coughing up the puck at the blue line, and Casey now will bring it back up the other way, gets it ahead to Schofield. Schofield has it roll off his stick. Martin there to pick up. Now pinching in from the point is Parent. Or actually, Parent's the winger. He was just late getting into the play as he had just come on a change, so took him that extra couple of seconds to get down there. There's Martin now, bringing it back up the other way, drops it off for Harrison. Harrison plays it back down low to Martin. Nearly 5 minutes gone here in the first period, just the one whistle so far. Great flow. There's Sim with a shot, and making the save and steering it aside is Landry. Now centering pass for Green. Green can't go anywhere with it, however. Comes back to the near wall. Sim battling there with Chamberlain. Now coming out with the puck. That is Gaudette. Gaudette able to get it ahead, and out come the Moose. There's a shot that goes up into the glass. Following up, there was Parker. He played it up the wall, intended for Parent, but that's broken up and played out to center. Dumped back in again. 5.5 minutes gone here in the first period. McGilvery getting away from the check of Parent. Plays it around to the far side, but Duguay there to help slow things down. Now the Weeks get it out to center. Sim trying to get around Tremblay. Sim able to get in across the blue line. Gives to Hunter. There, Martin, there's a shot, they score! Matthew Hunter at 5:43 of the first period. Landon Sim will get the assist, but Matthew Hunter getting his 6th goal, 17th point of the season, puts the Weeks up 1-0. 5:43, the time of the opening goal here in today's game. Hunter from Sim. There may be a second assist in there as well. It might have been Contact.
Scoring number 49, Matthew Hunter. Assist number 28, Blake Contact.
Contact does get an assist as well.
Number 15, Landon Sim.
So while the puck was in front of the net there, Contact did get onto it. Here's Gaudette with it now, coming out of the corner. Gaudette, lead pass for Khatib. Khatib not quite able to, he does get a stick on it, but not able to get control of it. Chases it down. Now also in there to help out is Augustine. Augustine turns and fires, and there's a big save for Pettipaw. Just about 6.5 minutes gone here, first period. 1-0 now for the Weeks. Marr couldn't clear the zone. There's a chance that goes off the post from the stick of Augustine. Now Augustine gets it back again. Tries to play it down the wall. Doesn't quite get through to his target. Now Augustine gets it to Khatib. Khatib with a shot. That goes off the stick of Hunter and up into the glass. Now the Weeks able to get possession, and out comes Merle Putnam with it rather. Putnam bumped off the puck, and coming up the other way, there's Duguay. He'll play it ahead. They gain the red line, dump the puck in. I apologize for not using a whole lot of the Moose player names, but when you can't, there's no number on the sleeve, sometimes it's hard to tell which player is which until you actually see their backs. And as I haven't seen this team before, I haven't quite learned idiosyncrasies of each player yet either, so I apologize for that. Puck is dumped down into the weak zone. It went right through Schmidt, so it won't be an icing. Now Schneier will pick up. Thomas Schneier working his way ahead. Schofield angles him into the wall just as Schneier dumps the puck down. Back to pick up there is Tremblay. Tremblay plays it ahead. Augustine now gives for Casey. Here comes Casey. Casey working his way in. He can't, or that was David who gave the puck to Casey, my apologies. Now here's McLaughlin with it as they come the other way. McLaughlin just avoids a hit from Casey, gets the puck into the Moose zone, but not very deep. And Augustine will pick, or Fontaine will pick up. Fontaine dumps it down into the weak zone. Casey there from the boards, takes the shot, it goes wide. Now down below the net, it hops over the stick of David. Casey will get to it at the near wall, plays it down low for Schofield. He gives to David. David off the puck, Schofield in to help out. Schofield gets it to Casey. Casey will play it back to the line for Fontaine. Fontaine goes to his fellow defenseman there, Gaudette. Gaudette with the shot, that's off a body and into the near side wall. 8:45 gone, first period, 1-0 Weeks. McKinnon able to dump the puck down into the Moose zone. McKinnon back to pick up. McKinnon tried to give it to Archibald, but it ends up going beyond him. Now Greatorex pinching in, takes the shot, and that's steered aside by Landry. Coming out through center is Parent, and he gets tripped up. We'll get the first penalty of the game. Tripping is the indication, and it looks like it's going to be Sam Archibald who's going to go off. And so the first power play of the game comes at 9:07 as Sam Archibald takes the tripping penalty. And the Moose get the first man advantage of the afternoon. Weeks dump the puck down the ice though right away. A good start to this kill as they send the Moose to the far end from their objective. Now Chamberlain moving his way forward. Chamberlain gets the puck down low. Greatorex first one on it, wraps it around the boards. Tremblay feeds to Parker. Parker goes far side with it. Now back to the line for Parent. Parent with the shot, and making the save and hanging on is Petitpas. 1:30 left to go in the power play for the Northern Moose on the tripping penalty to Sam Archibald. Puck gets to the line and out. Thank you, Wild Willie, for the very kind words. Here comes Schofield back in. Contuck can't get the puck out as Parker is there. He'll play it up the wall for Gaudette. Gaudette back to Parker, but that pass just a little in front of him. Parker able to recover. Parker gets it back to the line. There's the shot that goes high and into the glass. Now Schofield. Schofield gets it over. There's a shot from Parker, but that gets blocked by Hunter. Parker with it again, tries to go cross ice. It gets to Schofield, although Sim did slow the puck down a fair bit, and that helped allow Petitpas to get across. The shot ended up going high. Now here's Sim. Landon Sim working his way down the ice shorthanded. Sim can't get a shot away as he gets taken out by Gaudette. Now Casey will pick up. Here comes Gavin Casey. He's got Schofield with him. Casey with the shot, and Petitpas makes the save and hangs on. 26 seconds left in the man advantage. 9:19 left to go first period. Quick update over next door as the Warewell Bombers are taking on the Dartmouth Whalers in Nova Scotia Major Bantam Hockey League action. Of course, we try to broadcast as many Bombers games as we can as well, but with both going on at the same time, I can only do one game, and so we will keep you updated on the Bombers and can tell you right now they're tied at 1 about a third of the way through the second period in that game. Puck comes out to center. Schneier dumps it right in onto Landry as we get back to 5-on-5. Now a turnover in the Moose zone. Centering pass, but it does not convert into a shot. Now the Moose coming out the other way. Puck knocked off the stick of David as he was coming in on the rush. David now gets the puck in the corner. He works the cycle there with Augustine. Augustine ends up losing control of it, ends up hooking down his man Schneier. Now Tremblay with a shot, save, rebound, another save, and the puck is cleared over into the corner. Played ahead, and Archibald will bring it out. Archibald has it knocked off his stick. Following up on the play is Harrison. Harrison takes a shot. That goes off the stick of Tremblay and into the corner. Near side wall, Marr able to keep it away from Khatib, but now Chamberlain gets it. He'll feed it up to Khatib, and Khatib will come in 1-on-2. Khatib can't get his shot through Martin, and Jeremiah Martin will pick it up and bring it back up the other way. Gets it out to center, and then it's knocked down. It ends up coming back to Martin, and he'll play it in, and he scores! Jeremiah Martin, somewhat innocent looking shot, but it ends up beating Samuel Landry at 12-17, and the Weeks go up 2-0 for Jeremiah Martin. That is his third goal, fourth point of the season, and the Weeks now lead it 2-0.
Second goal, scorer number 11, Jeremiah Martin. Unassisted.
It is an unassisted goal, puck rolling in onto Landry, and he'll cover it up as Curry was coming in. Martin gets that goal unassisted at 12-17. Again, third goal, fourth point of the season for Martin. And we'll get the face off. Puck will roll back in onto Landry again, and he'll cover it up again. 7:27 left to go here in the first period. And a pair of goals from Weeks defensemen Hunter and Martin have given them the early 2-0 lead. Of course, the Weeks trailed 2-0 in yesterday's game at about this point of the first period and came back against the Moncton Flyers. Now this the first time in a while that the Weeks are playing with a lead. As mentioned in the game on Wednesday that they defeated Cole Harbour, they never led and won it in overtime. In the game on yesterday evening, that's good English. In the game yesterday evening, they never led but won it in overtime. So now we'll get to see the Weeks playing with a lead for a first time in a while as Lucas Canning delivers a hit on Parker, and I believe Canning's going to get a penalty for this. And they're going to talk it over. And I think they're questioning whether they're going to call it a hit to the head or not. This penalty coming at 13:03. And it looks like they are going to call it a 2-10 perhaps. As Curry's going to come over, it is going to be a 2-10 to Lucas Canning. Actually, no, they're calling two separate penalties, one on Canning and one on Curry. So it's 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes here. There's a shot and a save by Pettipaw. Curry gets 2 for interference, and then Canning gets 2. There's a shot and they score! As they're still trying to, and so Curry's gonna come out, and we still haven't had the announcement of Canning's penalty yet, but the Moose convert on their power play, the 5-on-3, here at 13:32. So it's going to be still a 5-on-4 for another minute and 31 seconds. As the Moose win the draw here, and we're still awaiting clarification.
Weeks to number 26, Lucas Canning, 2 minutes for interference.
So both Curry and Canning got interference penalties. We've seen one power play goal, and they're still on the power play for another minute 10.
Scored by number 15, Andre Cadet.
Cadet with the goal.
Assist number 7, Anthony Perrin.
Parent with an assist.
11, Jake Parker.
And Parker. So it's Cadet from Parent and Parker at 13:32 on the 5-on-3. Power play still going on for another 44 seconds. There's a shot from Chamberlain, and the puck rolls into the near side corner. We can tell you that for Cadet, that's his 8th goal and 11th point of the season. And now the Moose, still with 20 seconds left in the power play. Puck is turned over and Greatorex will send it back down the ice. Landry will set it up there for Augustine. Augustine out from behind the net, plays it over. Here's Joseph working his way down the ice. Has the puck knocked off his stick. And Greatorex gets it as far as the Moose blue line. We're back to 5-on-5. And so the Moose now 1 for 3 on the power play here this afternoon. But that one goal did pull them back to within 1. Greatorex coughs up the puck. There's a chance. And Khatib ends up putting the puck over the net. It goes into the glass and stays in play though. Sim tried to make a pass. It goes off Joseph's skate. Schneier picks up and dumps it in. 4:30 left to go, first period. Weeks leading it now 2-1, but the Moose with the puck. Here's Khatib. Drop pass, ends up going all the way back out to center. Sim can't get through Mainville. And now the puck is back down into the Moose zone. Played ahead there for Parent. Parent cuts his way through and ends up losing the puck there to Jeremiah Martin. Here's Parker with it now. Parker down into the corner, takes it behind the net, out the far side. Parker takes it back towards the line, takes a shot, blocked by Contuck. He gets it to McKinnon, out to center, but dumped right back in again. Under 4 minutes left to go, first period. Martin with the puck. Jeremiah Martin plays it around the boards. It takes a bounce off a stanchion, goes out to center, and gets dumped right back in again by Tremblay. Around to the far side, Harrison brings it back towards the near side, cutting up a little close to the ice, to the center of the ice. But now Casey gets it just outside the Weeks blue line, comes back in, takes a shot, blocker save. Puck goes up over the glass and out of play, and we'll get a stoppage. 3:23 left to go in the first period. Weeks leading it 2-1, as all 3 goals in today's game have come from defensemen, as Gaudette, Hunter, and Martin have the goals. All 3 of them, again, are defensemen. One of those anomalies you see every now and then, but it doesn't happen often. Speaking of Gaudette, he chips in to play the puck down low. Curry takes a bump from Casey. Now the puck comes back to Gaudette. He takes a shot, and it goes way up high into the rafters here. And we can tell you over next door, the Dartmouth Whalers now lead the Wherewell Major Bantam Bombers 2-1. They're about 2/3 of the way through the second period. Bombers right now are on a power play. And I can only tell you that much because I can see the scoreboard. I can't see any of the ice surface, but seeing the scoreboard, I can tell you that that is the situation over next door. Bombers trail by 1. Here the Weeks lead by 1, but the Moose have had the run of the play over the last 5 or 6 minutes. Putnam tries to get the puck ahead. Chamberlain keeps it in. In front, they score! It took a little bit of time to find the puck for the backhand shot, but then they do. And getting the shot away is Underhill. Underhill with the goal, Chamberlain with the assist. Coming at 17:25 of this first period. And for Underhill, that's his 5th goal, 8th point of the season. And we'll just wait to see if there's a second assist on that one. I don't think there will be. Here's Perron with the puck now.
Number 3, Jesse Chamberlain.
So there was another assist there. I didn't hear clearly who it was. I think it might have been Nadeau who got that other assist. And now the Weeks reeling a little bit. Puck is played back into their zone. Back to get it, Greatorex. He avoids a hit from Tremblay. Now Greatorex reverses field by playing the puck off the wall to Schmidt. Schmidt will flip it out. Goes off a skate. Parent plays it back in across the Weeks blue line. Sim back to Schmidt, ahead for Kontuk. Kontuk sends it down the ice. That'll be icing with 1:23 left to go here in the first period. 2-2 the score line. And after the Weeks controlled things early, the Moose in control here. 13-7 the shots on goal in favor of the Moose. They've outshot the Weeks 13-4 since the Weeks got the first 3 shots of the game. Here comes Green. He'll try to flip it down into the Moose zone. He can't, and now we're going to get another penalty. And it's going to be a cross-checking call against Casey. So the Weeks will get their first power play of the afternoon at 18:46 of the period. Cross-checking indicated, and so the Weeks get their first power play, and it will carry over into the second if they don't score in this last minute and 6 seconds of period number 1. All the way back behind their own net. Here comes Schmidt into the final minute. Archibald cuts through, gives the puck to Putnam, back to Archibald. Archibald throws it in front, there's a chance, and the net is knocked loose. So we'll get a stoppage with 50.1 seconds left to go here in period number 1. Putnam in to take the draw against, I believe that's Augustine. No, it was David, pardon me. It was 19, not 18. Putnam leaves the puck at the wall for Avery. He sends it down low to Archibald. Archibald takes it behind the net. Now back around for, that is Marr. Marr loses control of the puck and it's sent down the ice. And now Marr gets punched in the head by Khatib. And that was well away from where the puck was. And it looks like they might both get penalties. Marr is being escorted to the box, as is Khatib, so it will be coincidental penalties here at 19:38 of period number 1. And it's going to stay a Weeks power play, so it is going to be coincidentals with 22.4 seconds left in the period. Here comes Kontuk, and Kontuk not quite able to get a shot away there. Now Greatorex with the shot, save made, and hanging on for a face-off. 10.4 seconds left on the clock here in period number 1. I'm going to assume that the coincidental penalties are both roughing. And we'll just wait for the announcement. There's a shot from Canning and then another shot as the first one was blocked off the foot of Godet. And Godet in some discomfort after blocking that shot. He'll come off the ice immediately and Chamberlain will go back on for the last 5 seconds. 5.1 left to go here in the first period. 2-2 tie. Puck is one down into the corner. Chamberlain will get it, play it around to the near side, and that will do it for period number 1. The Weak struck first, they struck twice, and then the Moose with a pair of goals in response to make it 2-2, where we stand after the first 20 minutes of play. Shots on goal in the first, 13-9 in favor of the Moose. Moose go 1 for 3 on the power play in period number 1. Week's first power play is still in progress, so it will carry over into the second period for 46 seconds. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, get you ready for that second period. You are watching Nova Scotia and New Brunswick PEI Major Midget Hockey League's Interleague action here on Pictou Sports through video.ibm.com. Welcome back as we get ready for the start of the second period here between the Weeks Major Midgets and the Contendo Northern Moose. 2-2 after 20 minutes of play. Moose outshoot the Weeks 13-9 in that period. The Weeks will carry a power play into period number 2. 46 seconds of man advantage off of the cross-checking penalty to Gavin Casey. Both teams will also have another guy in the box as those coincidental penalties that came with 22 seconds left in the period. For the Weeks, Devin Marr, and for the Moose, Daniel Khatib. As we look across to the other sheet of ice here at the Pictou County Wellness Center, the Warewell Major Bantam Bombers continue to trail the Dartmouth Whalers 2-1. They're in the second intermission there, and I can just see that it is Georgia Burrows playing in net for the Bombers. That's about the entirety of the ice that I can see over there is the Bombers net as they're just getting ready for the start of the third period there. While here we're just getting ready for the start of the second period between the Moose and the Weeks. And this will be, I believe it's the only 2 weekends of Interleague play that happened through the season. The one that we had a few weeks ago and this one. So this will mark the end of the Interleague play within regular season action. And then these teams, of course, occasionally can run into each other at various tournaments and whatnot, but then they won't see each other until possibly at the Atlantic Championship Tournament, which, if memory serves, I'm just going to pull it up here. Just pulling up. Just going to double check where Atlantics are going to be. Actually, they're still showing the 2019 dates and locations, so nevertheless, we are back underway. 25 seconds left in the power play for the Weeks, but the Moose get possession and clear it down the length of the ice. Pettipaw sets it up back there for Schmidt. Schmidt being chased by Parent, and Schmidt sends it back for Lucas Canning. Canning now will start to work his way ahead. Canning, with just 3 seconds left in the penalty, brings the puck in, plays it to the far wall. Devin Marr there to get it. We're back to 5-on-5. Archibald gets the puck to Putnam. There's a shot, save made. And the puck cleared away and out to center ice. Schmidt quickly changes direction. Avery will dump it in. Puck's settled down behind the net there by Landry. He gets it over to Chamberlain. Chamberlain now plays it into the far corner. Archibald hustling over there to try to get on it. Now Archibald takes it behind the net, gets rubbed off the puck by Chamberlain. Played to the line, held in by McGilvery. McGilvery with a shot. Archibald with deflection, but that ends up going wide. Now Mainville will play it up the wall. Putnam bumped off the puck by Casey, and following up is Underhill, and he'll bring it up the ice. Underhill, who scored the second Northern goal to tie up the game back in the first period. Now it's played back into the Moose zone. McGilvery has to play it back, otherwise it would have been an offside. Now it's dumped down, back to get it Tremblay. He's got Green hot on his heels. Green helps create a turnover. Now Green with the puck in the corner, plays it off the wall. Tremblay will get onto it, but Green right on him again. Following up was Augustine, and he'll get it ahead and out to center. Dumped in by Parker. Now Nadeau chasing after Martin in the corner. Battle in the corner. Puck comes out to Contuck, and here comes Blake Contuck. He plays it ahead, intended for Green. That's broken up. Now Green gets it back. Up to Sim. Sim tries to put it towards the net. That's knocked down. And a long lead pass for Parker. Parker dumps the puck in as he had to stop to receive that pass. Now Hunter gets it. He'll play it across for Green. Green loses the puck, but it rolls right to McGilvery. McGilvery takes it down into the corner. 2:50 gone, second period. Played ahead to center, and now we're going to get, I believe the indication is a hand pass, so the face-off will come to just outside the Moose blue line. 2:53 gone in the second period. Coincidental penalties come to an end. Off of the face. They dropped the puck too soon as there was a Moose player, Parent, still heading over to his own bench. Off of the change, he was a little bit slow getting off there, and so we'll do it all over again. Avery taking the draw this time against Casey. Puck comes to center ice. Harrison dumps it in. Played right back out again. David with the pass intended to get over to Schofield, but that was broken up. Now Casey battling right in front of the two benches. Puck rolls across to the far side. Godet, excuse me, there. Plays it in. Martin works it up the wall. Curry plays it off the wall, and now that out to center ice. Chamberlain turns it back up the other way. Curry picks up. Curry for McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets a bump from Godet, and the Moose pick up in their own zone. Here's Chamberlain with it. Chamberlain works his way ahead, in across the blue line. Chamberlain shot goes well wide, around to the far side. Casey there, he tries to center it. It rolls all the way through into the near side corner. Back to the point, Chamberlain. Chamberlain shot goes off of Casey and rolls wide. Schofield now plays it up the wall. Back to Chamberlain again. It comes down now to Casey. Casey trying to center it. That's broken up by Martin, and now ahead for Avery. Here comes Kiefer Avery. Avery played off the puck nicely there by Mainville. Following up McLaughlin, he tries to make a centering pass. That doesn't get through, and out come the Moose. Flipped into the near side corner. David will be the first one on it. Now they battle along the wall. Augustine holds it in at the line. Plays it over to the far side. Harrison gets it up for McKinnon. McKinnon can't get around Augustine. And now it gets out to center. Pass to the near side, Schneier. He can't take it cleanly, and Tremblay dumps it in right on. Now there's a shot, save. Puck still loose, and it'll be cleared away by Putnam. He gets it ahead. A little bit too far for McKinnon. Augustine turns it the other way. Now loose puck. Nadeau pokes it forward. Schneier with it. Ahead for Canning. Canning has it knocked off his stick by Tremblay. Up again to Canning. Canning can't get away from Underhill. Turnover created, and out come the Moose. 5.5 minutes just about gone here in the second period. There's a shot. Partially blocked by McGilvery. He deflects it wide, and now coming out the other way, the Weeks dump the puck in. Riley McKinnon then peels off immediately for a change. Long lead past David. He gets it to Parent. Parent doesn't do anything with it though. And now Godet will pick up. Here comes Godet. Godet coming in. Godet, what a move! Completely freezes Pettipaw. And at 5:49 of the second period, Godet, Marc-Andre Godet gets his second of the game. His second of the game, his 9th of the season, and 12th point. And I believe that's going to be an unassisted goal. And it's now 3-2 for the Moose. There's a shot. Right on, and Pettipaw makes the save with his face. It is indeed an unassisted goal. We got a delayed penalty coming up. And they're going to call that hooking. And so now the Weeks, playing from a position they've been a little bit more used to playing from over the last few games, as they now trail 3-2, and Blake Contuck goes off for hooking. So the Moose get their second power play of the afternoon. Weeks win the draw. Martin able to send the puck down the length of the ice. Landry sets it up there for Chamberlain. Or excuse me, the Moose are on their fourth power play. They're 1 for 3. It's the Weeks who are 0 for 1 with the man advantage. David with the puck back into his own zone. David trying to get away from Putnam, plays it up to Tremblay. Sorry about that with the video missing the play. Here's Schofield. Now to David. David gets it across to Casey. Casey takes it into the corner, trying to get away from Archibald. Plays it down low. Back to Casey, now to the point. Chamberlain, his shot, steered into the near side corner. Schofield, his pass gets deflected up high. Picked up there by Casey. He loses it. Weeks can't clear. Now Schofield plays it to the near side, and Augustine will pick up. Augustine with the shot. Kick save by Petapaw. Weeks get possession but can't clear as Harrison couldn't fire it down the ice. 43 seconds left in the man advantage. Cross crease pass picked up by David, but he couldn't pull the trigger on a shot. David now goes across to Casey, and I don't know if it was Martin or Petapaw, but one of them made a great save on that chance. Now in the corner, played back to Augustine. Augustine to Casey. Casey gets it across. Schofield working up the wall to Augustine. Augustine takes a shot. That goes wide off the end boards. Harrison can't get possession. And the Moose still work it. 8 seconds left in the power play. There's a shot from Chamberlain. Puck comes to Parker. And finally, Petapaw will hang on for a face-off. 3 seconds left in the penalty. Meanwhile, over next door, both teams have added another goal. It's now 3-2 for Dartmouth with 12.5 minutes left to go in the third period. Here it's also a 3-2 scoreline, also for the visitors, but we're in the second period. Off of the face-off. We're back to 5-on-5. Mainville with the puck at the point. His shot gets through. Petapaw steers it aside. Duguay with the shot off the rebound. And that ends up going wide. Now Sim with possession. Here comes Landon Sim. He plays it to Green. Green into the zone. Green sends the puck in deep around the boards. Hunter couldn't get control of it. And out come the Moose. Pass from Parker intended for Duguay. Broken up by Green. Green gets it up to Sim. Sim can't get through Mainville. Contuck, he can't get a shot away. Now Hunter does. There's a shot. Save made. And Perrant will pick up the puck and get it out. Parker has it knocked off his stick. Offside is indicated. That'll give Sim time to come in and pick up. Get it back out to center. Contuck gets the rolling puck, but loses it immediately to Gaudette. Here comes Gaudette. Into the zone. Gaudette has it knocked off his stick, and Sim will get it. Able to spring Marr, but Marr couldn't take that pass cleanly. He would have had a breakaway as he was in behind both defensemen, Underhill and Tremblay. Now Marr with the puck, takes it behind the net, draws a penalty, and as Parker touches the puck, we'll get the call, which is a hook, and it looks like Underhill is the one who's going to go off for this one at 9:24 of the second period. And so the Weeks will get their second power play of the game. Here nearing the mid stages of this second period, and the Weeks trail 3-2. Schmidt back to pick up as the Moose were able to get it down the ice. Now it's turned over, and Chamberlain will send it back in deep again. Schmidt ahead for Putnam. Merle Putnam working through center. Tries to skate through all four players in black jerseys. That's not going to work. And the Moose get possession and send it back down the ice yet again. 1:25 left to go in the man advantage for the hometown Weeks Major Midgets. Here's Archibald to Putnam. Putnam trying to work his way around, but knocked off the puck by Goody, and back again go the Weeks. Here's Schmidt with the puck. He plays it ahead and deep into the Moose zone. Picked up there and sent down the length of the ice again. Greater X back to get it, as it was Augustine who cleared it that time. 52 seconds left in the man advantage. Weeks have yet to get possession in the Moose zone on this power play. Contact ups it in. David back to pick up. David will dump it out, and yet again the Weeks have to go back and start from square one. Here's 33 seconds left in the power play as Greater X to Hunter. Across, picked up there by Sim. He loses it now. Greater X holds it in at the line. Contuck trying to get it over to Hunter, as now it's picked up by Casey, and a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Casey elects to shoot and sends it just a little bit high and wide. Picking up now is Sim. We're back to 5-on-5 as that power play, let's not mince words, that power play did nothing for the Weeks, as they were stuck without ever really getting real control inside the Moose zone. Here's Tremblay with a shot, ends up hitting Martin in the hand, and he looks to be in some discomfort. Now a pass ahead. Here's Curry. Bryson Curry across to Canning, but Canning was on his wrong hand to get a real good shot away. Now the puck out to center, and it's a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Here's Schofield over to Underhill. Underhill just gets a piece of the puck, but not enough wood on it and not enough control to put it in. Now it comes out in front, still bouncing around. Now to the far corner. Curry off the wall and just past the defenseman. That was Mainville, and it's back into the Moose zone. 7:35 to go, second period. McLaughlin sends it towards the front of the net. Not able to get a stick on it there was Avery. Here's Schmidt with it now at center ice. He'll dump it in. Back to get it is Augustine. Augustine plays it up the wall to Khatib. Khatib out to center, just past Schneier, and back to get it will be Schmidt. Here comes Schmidt as the Moose are on a change. Weeks try to take advantage. Schmidt comes in, takes the shot, save, rebound. Schmidt follows up, gives it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin tried to play it back to the line for Schneier, but the pass was just off target, and it goes all the way back deep into the weak zone. Schneier takes a bump from Duguay. Now the puck comes back to Schneier. He'll play it ahead. Archibald finds Devin Marr. Here comes Marr, working his way in around Chamberlain. Marr goes across, couldn't find the stick of Putnam, ended up finding his feet instead. Now Putnam picks up the puck, takes it behind the net. Putnam to Hunter. Hunter with a shot, save, rebound was right there for Marr, but it just hopped over his stick. And that'll be an icing call against the Moose. 6:20 left to go, second period. And that's just the kind of day it's been for the Weeks Major Midgets, as the puck hops over the stick of Devin Marr. He had all kinds of room in the net if he could have gotten his stick on that puck to tie up this game. There's a shot that goes wide. Archibald now chops it up high, as it sounds like the Warewell Bombers have tied up the game next door. We'll try and give you an update next stoppage. Meanwhile, here's Duguay with a shot. Save made. Chamberlain's shot. That gets blocked. And now the Weeks look to come out. That pass knocked down by Chamberlain, but Archibald gets it back again. Here's Archibald with a shot. And that goes off a leg and into the corner. Martin now tries to throw it towards the front. Goes off of Goody and behind the net. Putnam now keeps it in for Archibald. Archibald turns and fires. It goes off a body to the near side wall. Marr and Godet battling. Coming in to help out was Duguay. Far side to Archibald. Archibald can't get the backhand shot off. Pinching in Greatorex, sends it behind the net and around to Marr. March brought it through the traffic in front of the net, ended up losing it. Now David going the other way. David bumped off the puck with a good play by Thomas Schneer. In behind the net, Schneer with the puck. Plays it around to the far side wall. Green can't chop it around Tremblay. It ends up on the stick of Greatorex. Now Schneer, he gets it. Casey knocks it down, but now out come the Weeks. Here's Contuck. Blake Contuck in front. And Green couldn't receive the pass as a nice play by Casey on the back check. Breaks that up. Casey gives to David. Here comes David. David takes the shot. It goes off a stick. Bounces in front. Casey with a chance. And the big save made there by Petapaw. And as I look next door, I can confirm, yes, it is now 3-3 between the Whalers and the Bombers. 7:10 left to go in regulation over there. Here we've got 4.5 minutes left in the second period, and still the 3-2 lead for the Moose, as it has been since the 5:49 mark of this second period. Augustine with the shot. That gets blocked. Here comes Lucas Canning. Canning coming in. Canning makes the move. Canning another move, but ends up just putting it wide, or perhaps it was a great save by Landry. It was hard to tell from here whether Landry got that or if it was sent wide on its own. Now it comes in front. There's another shot. Puck still loose. Still going after it. McKinnon, he gets a shot. Not much on it. McKinnon gets it back again. Gets it down to... oh my gosh. Losing my brains here. Here's Archibald with a shot. Another shot. That one goes wide. Archibald at the wall. Plays it down to Canning. Lucas Canning bringing it back up the wall. Canning for Archibald. Archibald turns in front, and McKinnon couldn't get much on that as he just redirected it. But the Moose were able to keep it out. Now it's sent down the length of the ice for an icing call. 3:39 left to go in the third period. And the Weeks have picked up their game here in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Maybe even as much as, 3 or 4 minutes. Now we're going to get the Moose using their timeout after the icing call to try and rest their legs just a little bit. Meanwhile, we look across, there's a timeout being taken over on the other sheet of ice as well, as we can see the timeout clock is ticking down there. So, can't even tell you much about what's going on there, because on both clocks right now we've got timeouts taking place. 3-3 the score there, 3-2 the score here in favor of the visiting Northern Moose. The timeout has expired on the other side, and the buzzer goes to end the timeout on this side. 6:05 left to go in regulation over there. Over here, 3:39 left to go, second period. Weeks with an offensive zone face-off. Kiefer Avery in taking the draw against Duguay, or against Underhill rather. Nadeau now with the puck. Nadeau with a shot! And just getting enough of that was Petapaw. Puck comes to the line, held in by Chamberlain. He'll play it down low. Getting to it behind the net there is Greatorex. Greatorex loses it to Khatib. Up for Duguay. Duguay with a shot! And McLaughlin with the block. Now Mainville, his shot, blocked by Greatorex. And McLaughlin will get possession and carry it out. McLaughlin gains the red line, dumps the puck in. Around to the near side wall. Played ahead for Perron. He'll get it out to center, where Parker was there waiting for it. Here's Parker. Parker can't get through McGilvery. McGilvery will set it up for Bryson Curry. Here comes Curry. He's got McLaughlin with him. Curry makes one move, takes a shot, and a big save made there by Landry. Now Mainville hits Curry behind the net. Curry looking for a bit of a penalty there as he thought he was hit in the back. No call forthcoming. McGilvery feeds it to Hunter. Hunter gets it ahead. That rolls right to Mainville. Mainville uses the boards and sends it down the ice. That'll be another icing call. 2:22 left to go here in period 2. And the Moose lead it 3-2. Not Not sure what that conversation was about over at the Weeks midget bench. Face off. Puck comes to Devin Marr. Marr takes it down into the corner. Goes behind the net. Uses Archibald as a bit of a pick. Now plays it back to the line. McGilvery comes to Hunter. Hunter, there's a shot and a deflection. And the big kick save made by Tremblay. Now Duguay picks up. Duguay works it down into the weak zone. Duguay with a shot. Can't get it through Hunter. Duguay gets it back again. Centering pass broken up. And the Weeks come out. Here's Archibald was trying to chase it down, but back to get it was Jordan Joseph. Now coming up the other way. There's a chance. Say they score! Pettipaw got a piece of the puck with his blocker, but it ended up spinning past him and into the net. It's now 4-2 with 1:40 left to go here in the second period. And I believe it was David who got the goal. Justin David, his 5th goal, 9th point of the season if it was him. We'll just await confirmation from Billy downstairs. It is Justin David's 9th goal, or 5th goal, 9th point. Casey and Godet with the assists. So it's Justin David from Gavin Casey and Marc-Andre Godet at 18:20 to make it 4-2. Now we're going to get a penalty to Khatib for holding. This coming at 18:50. So for the second time in this game, the Weeks get a late power play in a period. They are 0 for 2 with the man advantage so far this afternoon. And you got to figure that this one is an important, almost to the point of crucial power play to try and convert here. Here's Schmidt with it now. Schmidt takes the shot, gives to Putnam. Putnam, his shot. And that goes off a stick and up into the mesh. So we'll get a stoppage with 45.2 seconds left in the period. 1:35 left in the penalty, so it will carry over for approximately 50 seconds if the Weeks do not score in this next 45 seconds. Putnam wins the draw to Marr, back to the line for Schmidt. Schmidt shot, and that goes wide. Archibald pinching in from the point. Plays it around to the near side. Devin Marr waiting for it there. Marr gives to Schmidt. Schmidt down to Archibald. Back to Schmidt again. Now to Marr. Marr goes far side Putnam. 20 seconds left in the period. Putnam down to Avery. Kiefer Avery back to Marr. Marr in front into the traffic. They score! I have no idea who that went off of, but the Weeks get a big power play goal at 19:47 of the second period to make it 4-3. They're now 1 for 3 on the power play. And that a huge momentum boost for them as we head into the second intermission in just a few seconds. Putnam with the goal. Avery and Marr with the assists. For Putnam, his team leading 13th goal, his team leading 23rd point, and putting him tied for second on the team in power play goals with his 4th. Kiefer Avery, Devin Marr with the assists make it 4-3 to end that second period. Shots on goal in the period. Northern again control the shot clock, 15-9. 2-period total favors the Moose 28-18. But the Weeks are now 1 for 3 on the man advantage, while Northern is 1 for 4, and the score is 4-3 for the Moose going into the third period. Meanwhile, we can tell you they're into the final minute of regulation next door, and it's still tied between the Whalers and the Bombers. We'll give you an update on that one as soon as it's done. If it ends during this intermission, I'm going to go over and try and catch the last few seconds of that game, and I'll come back and let you know what happened in just a moment. Welcome back as we get ready for the start of the third period here. Meanwhile, we can tell you that next door, the Wherwell Major Bantam Bombers and the Dartmouth Whalers will go to a shootout to determine the winner there. And we'll try to let you know who won once that is a final over there. In the meantime, here we're going to head to the third period with the Northern Moose leading over the week's Major Midgets by a score of 4-3. And as we say so often in these broadcasts, the first 5 minutes of the third period very much could be telling as to how this game will end up playing out. Don't forget, once again, the second game of our doubleheader will feature the Bantam AA Crushers taking on the Truro Bearcats. That game's scheduled for a 3:30 start. There is one other game going on here on this sheet of ice between those two. That is Pee Wee AAA, and we'll find out. Nothing official as of yet, but we may end up doing that game as well, or I may take a lunch break. I haven't decided yet. But first, before we worry about that, we've got 20 more minutes left in this one, and the Weeks win the draw to get possession to start the third period. Moose create the turnover at the Weeks blue line, however, and now it's held in there by Godet. He tries to get it down low, and Marr picks up, gets it ahead now to Putnam. Putnam finds Archibald. Archibald has the puck roll off the elbow, and then they score! I looked down to double check and make sure I had the shot on the video, and while I do, Archibald must have somehow gotten that puck over to Hunter, and Hunter puts it in. I can just, Archibald spins and fires, and Hunter, following up on the play, puts it in, I do believe. We'll wait for the official word, but if so, that is Matthew Hunter's second of the game, seventh of the tournament. It is indeed Matthew Hunter's second of the game, seventh of the season. Archibald and Putnam get the assists. So we're all tied up here. Meanwhile, it looks like it's a final next door as people are streaming out, and the Wherwell Major Bantam Bombers get the victory in the shootout. So the Bombers pick up a big win. The Weeks are now tied, and they scored that goal in the first 5 minutes of the third period, but here's a chance for Duguay. Duguay coming in, and the puck rolls off the toe of his stick. Tries to make a centering pass, and that goes off the outside of the net. And then a shot from the point, and Pettipaw makes the save and hangs on. So a big victory for the Bombers in the shootout over the Dartmouth Whalers, and now the Weeks have tied it up. And the goal by the Weeks and the win by the Bombers come within just under 2 minutes of each other chronologically here at the Pictou County Wellness Center. 18:32 left to go, third period, 4-4 the score. Tremblay gets the puck to Underhill. Underhill for Khatib. Khatib knocks the puck down but couldn't settle it down enough. It rolls into the corner. Riley McKinnon in there battling, coming in to help out Greater X against Khatib, and I believe the other player in there is Nadeau. Ending up with it is Greater X, and he plays it ahead. It goes off of Canning and down the ice. Cadet was right there though, so no icing. Now McGilvery picks up the puck in the corner, plays it up the wall. It comes out to center. McGilvery across to Hunter. Matthew Hunter with a pair of goals today, including the one that tied it up. in the early going of this third period. Here's Casey with it now. Casey has the puck roll away from him. McGillivray gets it ahead. Schofield creates the turnover. Puck comes to the line. Augustine with a shot. Rebound came to Casey. He was able to knock it down. Couldn't get a shot away. Chamberlain back to Casey. Around the boards to the far side. Schofield there plays it back to Augustine. Delayed penalty coming up against the Weeks, and as the puck is touched by Curry, we get the indication of the cross check, and it looks like it is going to be Bryson Curry who goes off. So a fifth power play for the Northern Moose here this afternoon. They're 1 for 4 so far, with the score tied and just under 3 minutes gone here in the third period. Greatorex plays the puck out and down the length of the ice. A big key to the start of this penalty kill for the Weeks. There was a chance for Duguay. He had the puck roll away from him. Now Parker plays it back to the line. There's a shot up into the glass. Back to the line again. Godet plays it down for Parker. Parker with it again. Takes it up to the line himself. Now plays it across far side. Back to Parker with the shot blocked by Greatorex. Greatorex gets it ahead to Archibald. Archibald will bring it out 2-on-2. Now it's 1-on-2. Archibald loses the puck. Godet plays it up for Parent. Parent leaves it for Duguay. Duguay gives it over to Godet. Godet can't get a shot away. Casey following up, gets possession, circles it back to the line. Casey creating room, plays it down low. There's a kick save made by Petapaw, and then the Weeks get it down the length of the ice. 40 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Back to pick up is Casey with a burst of speed, but he gets rubbed into the boards by, that was not Casey, that was David. Now that is Casey who gets that shot away, and the save made by Petapaw, and he'll hang on for a face-off. 29 seconds left in the power play for the Moose. 15:42 left to go here in the third period. 4-4 the score. Moose and Weeks here in this interleague matchup on a Sunday afternoon. Augustine with the puck. He plays it over for Tremblay. Tremblay's shot steered aside by Petapaw. Battle in the corner. Marr comes out with the puck. Now it's going to bounce down to, I believe that was David. Not able to clear as it's held in by Tremblay. And Petapaw will cover up and hang on for a face-off. Now some pushing and shoving after the whistle. 9 seconds left to go in the third period. 4-4 Weeks and Moose. 9 seconds left in the power play. 15:22 left to go in the third period. Underhill to take the face-off against Sim. Underhill wins it back. Underhill, interestingly, the only forward to score a goal, Underhill and Putnam, the only two forwards to score goals out of the 8 so far. There's a fan on a shot attempted by Nadeau. Nadeau gives back to Augustine. Augustine's shot blocked by Kontuk. Kontuk in some discomfort. He'll get off the ice, although Underhill gets in his way on his way there. We're back to 5-on-5. McGillivray plays the puck ahead. McKinnon has it taken from him by Chamberlain. Now Underhill dumps it in. Hunter settles it down, plays it ahead for Canning. Lucas Canning. But McKinnon was in just a bit offside. So we'll get a stoppage with 5:34 gone in the third period. And we've said it so many times, the first 3 minutes of the third period, always so crucial. And the Weeks were able to get a goal for this game, and the Weeks were able to put one on the board in that first 5 minutes. To make it a 4-4 tie. Perron plays it around to the near side. Greatorex sends it back down low for Green. Green chops it off the wall to get it away from Chamberlain. Sim picks up. Greatorex now with the shot. That gets deflected, and it goes up into the glass and then out of play. 13:46 left to go, third period. Tie game. Puck ends up with Schofield. He'll bring it across the line. Now Marr picks up after Schofield's pass for Casey. Doesn't connect. Putnam coming up the other way. Now it's back with Martin. He goes across the far side. Marr. Into the Moose zone. Casey back to get it. Uses the boards to give it to Godet. Godet plays it back. Tremblay circles to get away from one man, loses his footing, gives to Casey, who feeds it to Schofield. That was David who fed it to Schofield, who fed it to Casey, and now down the ice. David gets in there just ahead of Martin, but Martin able to get the puck away from him, comes to the line to Augustine. Augustine tries to go D-to-D to Godet, but it goes out across the line, dumped back in. Weeks with some time while the Moose had to touch up. Pass ahead for Marr. Here comes Marr. Marr working his way into the zone, takes the shot, and it's deflected up over the glass and out of play by Samuel Landry. 7:25 gone in the third period. Score all even at 4 goals apiece. Matthew Hunter with 2, while for the Moose, Marc-Andre Godet has 2 as well. 6 of the 8 goals coming from defensemen so far this afternoon. Here's Khatib with the puck. He gets it ahead for Nadeau. Nadeau has it knocked off his stick by Greatorex. Now Greatorex plays it out to center ice. Hustling back to get it there is Mainville. Mainville plays it across. Nadeau off the wall to Underhill. Here comes Underhill. Underhill, nice move. Gets the shot away and ends up having it go over the glass and out of play. 12:03 left here in the third period, and I believe the face-off will come outside. It does indeed, as Underhill put it directly over the glass himself. Parent and Sim to take the draw. Parent wins it back, dumped in there by Augustine. McGilvery flips it out. Augustine waiting for it there, but couldn't do much with it, and it's dumped in the other way. But it will be an icing against the Weeks. Now 11:47 left to go in the third period. Weeks have won 7 of their last 8 games. 6 of their last 7 games, including back-to-back overtime victories on Wednesday evening and Saturday evening. There's a shot from the point. The Moose coming off of a loss last night down in Cole Harbour. Cole Harbour, one of the teams that the Weeks beat in overtime. That was the game on Wednesday down at Cole Harbour Place. Shot from the point by Godet, and play whistled down, as I believe the net ended up coming loose. Did it? Or did the referee think that Pettipaw had it covered when he didn't? I think that's the situation. The referee blew the whistle a little quickly, as he thought Marcus Pettipaw had that puck frozen when he in fact did not. Schmidt plays it off the glass over the head of Gaudette. Down the ice, race for it. Green gets there just ahead of Chamberlain. Now contact with a shot, and the save made by Landry. Duguay will pick up. Takes it behind the net, around to the far side, and it gets to the line and out. Green will play it back to Schneier. Schneier dumps it right in onto Landry, and Landry will not take any chances. He'll cover up and hang on for a face-off. 11:06 left to go, third period. 4-4 still the score line that we have here in this fantastic major midget matchup this afternoon. Off of the face-off, the Moose get it to the line and out. Schneier sent it back in. Now Mainville trying to get away from some pressure, plays it across to Tremblay, and the Moose get it out to center. Gain the red line, dump it in near side. Going in after it is Schofield, working against Schneier. Schneier wins the battle and plays the puck ahead. Here's Riley McKinnon. McKinnon dumps it down into the Moose zone. Tremblay there. He takes a bump from Canning. McKinnon comes in to help out, gives back to Canning. Canning has it knocked off his stick by Tremblay. Now Casey battling with McKinnon. Casey and McKinnon. Casey gets the puck, plays it ahead to David, and David will bring it out. He's got Schofield ahead of him. Pass ahead for Schofield, return to David. David ends up losing it, and the Weeks come back out to center, but it's immediately turned over to Chamberlain. Chamberlain dumps it in around the boards. Archibald to pick up there. Sam Archibald gets it ahead for Lucas Canning. Canning pokes the puck past Augustine. Augustine got it back out to center, and then it's dumped back in again. Chamberlain behind the net. 9:45 to go, third period, tie hockey game. Here's Augustine with the puck. He dumps it in, goes all the way through to Schmidt. Schmidt tried to get it to Curry, but Curry couldn't quite get his stick on it, so that's going to be an icing. 9:33 left to go, third period. 4-4, Weeks and Moose here at the Pictou County Wellness Center this afternoon. Again, the Weeks will be playing a home game in Truro on Saturday, so we will not be able to broadcast that game for you. There's a shot from McLaughlin, and that one goes off the outside of the post. Now Greatorex gets it down into the corner. Avery, he'll play it across for Curry. Curry tied up by Tremblay. Avery trying to come in to help out, as is Parent. Puck comes out to Avery. Kiefer Avery sends it back down low for Bryson Curry. Curry, nice little move to get away. Gets the puck in front, and it's saved and then cleared away, and out come the Moose. Here's the rush down the ice. Shot taken there by Duguay. It goes off a body and wide, and now Avery picks up, gets it ahead to McLaughlin. McLaughlin can't get through out of the zone, and then a knock by Schmidt does send it down the ice. Settle down there for Mainville. Mainville, long lead pass. Picked up in neutral ice by Parker. Parker takes it down to the wall, takes a shot, and the save made by Pettipaw. 8:26 left to go in the third period, tied up at 4. Augustine with the shot, steered aside by Pettipaw. In the corner. Hunter takes a bump but gets the puck to Archibald. Archibald uses the wall, gets it to the line. Augustine goes to play it back down low. Archibald gets it again. Across to Marr. Marr dumps it the rest of the way in. Battle in the corner now. Augustine, Marr, Curry, and Mainville. Or Augustine, Marr, Curry, and Mainville. I was right, yeah. No, Augustine, Marr, Archibald, and Mainville were the 4 combatants there. My apologies. Now the puck comes out to center. McGilvery will knock it down just in front of his own bench. Now played to Marr. Marr has the puck roll away from him, and Chamberlain settles it down. 7.5 minutes left to go in regulation. Near side for Schofield. Schofield gets it in across the blue line. Archibald picks up. Archibald gets hooked up with Schofield and then throws Schofield's stick away. You could argue that there were 2 penalties there, one against Schofield for the hook, one against Archibald for the interference. There's Schofield trying to get a shot away. Contuck hustling back to get the block. Now pass ahead for Green. Green has Contuck near side, the pass a little bit in front of him. And it's turned up the other way. Khatib now plays it into the weak zone. Back to get it is Green. 6:45 to go, third period, 4-4 the score. Contuck off the wall, it bounces past Chamberlain. Icing waved off, Sim in to pick up. Sim gets it just ahead of Gaudette. Green in to help out as well. There's Contuck with a chance, and that's steered wide. Now Gaudette and Sim, the 2 number 15s, battling in the corner. Green coming in to try and provide support, but Gaudette gets the puck, wraps it around to the far side. Harrison pinching in. Can't do much with that. It's played out to center, hits the official, and then is sent down the length of the ice. Back to pick up is Martin. He gets it ahead for Green. Green deflects it the rest of the way into the Moose zone, but not very deep, and the Moose pick up there. Here's Khatib with it now. He plays it ahead. Race to get onto that puck. Perrant with a shot, and Petitpas makes the save. Steered down below the goal line, battle behind the net. Martin gets the puck over to Harrison. Harrison met immediately by Duguay. Coming in to help out as well, Parker. And the puck ends up underneath Harrison as he goes down from the check. And so we'll get a stoppage with 5:37 left to go here in the third period. 4-4 Weeks and Moose, as it has been since the 1:31 mark, I believe it was, of this third period. And here comes Lucas Canning, chipping the puck around Mainville. Canning gets it back again, it scores! What a goal by Lucas Canning, going top shelf with 5:28 left in regulation. A huge goal for Lucas Canning. He scored the overtime winner yesterday. He gets what could very well be the winner today with 5:38 left to go. Lucas Canning, his 10th goal of the season, his 14th point, gives the Weeks back the lead. It's 5-4. As we get the announcement of Canning's goal, McKinnon with the assist for the long lead pass. And is Canning going to be the hero yet again? Is that goal going to be the difference maker here this afternoon? 4:56 left to tell whether that will happen. Casey gets it to Gaudette. Gaudette goes to play it down low. Broken up by Schmidt. Out to center. Here's Marr. Marr coming in. Marr gets the shot away. Chamberlain doing a great job on the back check to not allow quite as much on that shot as Marr would have liked. And then Marr, Chamberlain, Gaudette all go into Landry and the net to knock it off of its moorings. 4:40 between the Weeks and a start to the month of December in the win column. Here's McLaughlin behind the net. McLaughlin uses the big body to play it back to the line to McGilvery. His shot steered aside by Landry. Augustine ahead for Nadeau. Nadeau, his pass too far in front of Khatib, and McGilvery plays it off the wall and out to center. Curry trying to dump it in. He can't. McGilvery now feeds it to Martin. Ahead for Avery. Here comes Kiefer Avery. Avery tries to cut to the middle. Gets a shot away. And Landry gets a piece of that. 4:01 left to go. Across for Curry. They score! Bryson Curry adds some possible insurance. Curry gets his 9th goal of the season, and it's now 6-4. What a pass by Kiefer Avery to find Bryson Curry on the back door. The Weeks led by 2. The Moose score 4 in a row to take a lead by 2. The Weeks score 4 in a row, and they again lead by 2. It's now 6-4.
Scored by number 17, Bryson Curry.
A huge goal for Curry there to give some insurance. Avery with the assist. They also give McLaughlin an assist on that goal at 16:02 to give the Weeks the 2-goal lead. And here they come pressing for more. Canning with a shot. And Landry makes the save and holds on. 3:30 left to go in regulation. Weeks win the draw. Martin carries the puck down, takes the shot, steered aside. Augustine picks up. Augustine tries to play it ahead for Duguay. That was broken up. Now Tremblay has it taken away from him below the goal line. Augustine battles to win it back, but with it is Kontuk out in front, and Sim couldn't find it. But the Weeks continue to force the play. Here's Augustine. He takes a bump. Tremblay coming in, he loses it to Green, who gets it to Kontuk out in front for Sim. And Sim not getting much on that one as he was tied up with Parent. 2:55 left to go in regulation. And the Weeks, as long as they keep the Moose hemmed in their own zone, they'll be just fine. Duguay with some words for Kontuk as both teams try to make. And now Duguay's going to get a penalty for chatting a little bit too long. And I think he's going to get the only penalty out of this, so the Weeks will get a power play. And it's an unsportsmanlike call. So the Weeks not only lead by 2, but have a 2-minute power play with 2:55 on the clock, and the Weeks will take their timeout to talk things over and set things up. Again for the Weeks. They're looking, to try and win their 7th in their last 8. And not only have they been winning, but they've been winning in dramatic fashion. You look at the 6 wins that they have in their last 7. 6-3 over Steel Subaru, okay, that's. Then 5-2 and 11-1 over Sydney, okay. Then a 7-2 win over Valley, that was pretty comfortable. Then that 4-1 loss, but then an overtime win in Cole Harbour, an overtime win at home yesterday against arguably the best team in Atlantic Canada, the Moncton Flyers. And now another come from behind late in regulation win, but they still have some work to do to guarantee that that will happen. Archibald in the corner as the Weeks are on the power play. Kiefer Avery with it now. Avery gives to Archibald. Archibald plays it down, gets it back. Archibald takes it out, gives a cross, and picking up the puck is Putnam. Putnam goes to Schmidt. Down, nice passing play, and a big save made by Landry to keep it a 2-goal game. Of course, the Moose, right now, the differential is only 54 seconds between the end of the penalty and the end of the regulation. So the Moose really need a short-handed goal here to give themselves a shot. As long as the Weeks maintain possession on this power play, they should be all right. It's not about trying to score. It's not about trying to generate great chances. It's about using the clock here in the final couple of minutes with the 2-goal lead. Speaking of that, they take a shot, and Sim puts it just up over the net. Now it's over to Greater X. He plays it over to Blake Contuck. Contuck working up the wall. Now back to Greater X. He can't take the pass cleanly, and he has to hustle back out to pick up. Gives to Canning. Across for Contuck. 48 seconds left in the power play. 1:40 left to go in the third period. Here's Sim. He'll bring it in across the line. Sim down below the goal line, out the far side. Stops and turns. In front for Contuck, and that goes just wide. Sim picks up the puck again. Trying to stay away from Tremblay. Tremblay gets body position momentarily, but Sim and Hunter get the puck back. Now here's Khatib. Khatib coming out. 1:10 left in the third period. The puck is dumped right in onto Pettipaw, and he makes no doubt to make sure that he's got that save. Here's Archibald with the puck. Archibald coming around. We're into the final minute. We're back to 5-on-5. 54 seconds left in regulation. The Moose need 2 to tie it up. But the Weeks have the puck deep in the Northern Moose end. Played off the wall and out to center. Backing up with it now is Schmidt. Over to Schneer. Ahead for Canning. He'll just deflect it in. Nadeau will pick up there. Nadeau has his pocket picked by Archibald. Archibald tries to play it ahead. Now McKinnon working against Chamberlain. Putnam loses it to Duguay. Duguay comes out. 24 seconds left. Here they come with Underhill. He'll take it down into the corner. Played towards the front of the net. Goes across. McGilvery will play it off the wall and out. 13 seconds left. This should pretty much do it. 9 seconds, and the Weeks will win their third in a row. All 3 of them come from behind victories. Their 7th of their last 8. That will do it. The Weeks Major Midgets defeat the Northern Moose by a score of 6-4. Weeks improve to a record of 11-5-3 on the season. The Moose dropped 2 in a row this weekend. On this trip to Nova Scotia, they dropped to 8-7-1 on the year. That'll do it for us for a couple of hours, or for about an hour and a half. We'll be back at 3:30 for the Bantam AA game between the Crushers and the Truro Bearcats. Until then, this is Michael Petter saying may your skates always be sharp, may your shots always hit the top shelf. Final score one last time, the Weeks defeat the Northern Moose, the Contendo Northern Moose, by a score of 6-4. Thanks for watching.